Hello, Animal Messages with Julie here, where we do the weekend review of what the animals have taught me. So I am an animal communicator. For if this is the first time you're joining us, I feel as an empath what the animal's body feels and emotions, and then I hear them in English, and then we talk. And I also have 500 body processes available to me because I train to work with humans that I then use on the animals. Okay, so today what we're going to talk about is, let me see if I can get that up there. We're going to talk about exit stage left because we had a bit of that. We had a bit of that this week. Okay, I'm just pressing buttons on this thing. I don't know. Okay, what have you? Okay, that's to unmute. Nope, she's muted. That's okay. Okay, and there's Holly. All right, got Holly. There we go. Show active speaker video. So messing with my stuff. Anyway, so, okay, so this week we had an autistic cat. That cat liked to beat up on another cat in the household. So it needed to have more physical activity, this particular cat. Its movements were bigger. Yeah. And it had the energy of the autism and was somewhere on the spectrum. So what I'm discovering is that the animals have similar things to humans, at least the mammals, that we have as far as mental health and ways of existing, etc. So I'm still messing with the pictures. So we have Patrick here, we have Holly here, we have Candace here. All right, so, and I'm trying to get that on there. I don't know why. Spotlight for everybody, edit profile, stop. Nope. Okay, because it's hearing Candace is muted, but you're not moving enough. Okay, nope, that's not it. Well, we'll just keep going. We will keep going. Okay, so, okay, this, I'll hold it up. This exit stage left. Back a little bit. There we go. Exit.
I unmuted myself. That looks cool.
Okay, this exit stage left is a process that is normally run with people who are in hospice care or who are sick and have been hanging on to their body. It's the way I understand it, it's, you know, either get back in your body and make it work, or spirit get out of your body and leave your body. So when this process is running, I don't run it lightly, okay? And that's the way I was trained to use it. Now, the way I ended up using it and currently using it is with animals who have left their body, but not completely. Here's the thing, we can see, we know, because we euthanize animals, right? We call it in the United States putting down the animal. So we know that now there's just a body, just tissue. But I am finding about 50% of the time so far, and I would say I have a sample size of about 100. For those of you that have done the PhD routes, my sample size isn't that big. But I'm finding about 50% have not completely left their body behind. Like they haven't completely crossed over that rainbow bridge, as we called. And there's this really large expansion that occurs. It's like, and the spirit just fills the room. It just fills, and it's very happy and content, like floating on water, but without a plastic tube, just like actual floating. And sometimes there's sparkly lights off in a distance. Sometimes there's just the light. Sometimes there's no light. There's just this expansiveness, this spaciousness. When the spirit has completely left the body. Now we know when something has been sudden, such as an animal's trampled, or there's been a car that's hit an animal, the animal, the spirit cannot know what's happened. It's like, what just happened? And then I will find as an empath that they're still feeling the pain of the injury, even though the animal may already have been buried or cremated. Okay, but the spirit is confused. So I started to use exit stage left, like I said, when the animal is clearly dead to the human eyes. Okay. And then 50% of the time, the animal will say thank you, or, or I feel the expansion, or they'll be like, I don't know what's happened. And then I say, well, you've left your body. Oh, okay. Now you can go to your new home. And then I'll show them, if there's sparkly lights, I show them that so they could prance off. One goat, she pranced off into that area. So anybody can do this because the energy exists. So it's called exit stage left. And you can say exit stage left and anything Julie would say. Because there's a whole, there's acronyms that represent like 32 pages of stuff, of energies. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds, POVIDs, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, I say it so fast. So you can say anything, exit stage left and anything Julie would say. So if you're putting down an animal, that if you have an animal that you had put down years ago, you can still do that. You can think of that animal and say that. If you're driving on the road and you see roadkill, you can do that. And like I said, about 50% of the time with the roadkill, they haven't completely left their body. And I'll hear a thank you. And then they're off. So, okay. I think I explained that right enough. Exit stage left, death, okay. And you can use it. We used it last night in like any animal you've ever had in your life, any animal that's ever been on your property, exit stage left and everything Julie would say. If you feel more comfortable with me doing it, you can contact me. Beneath the video will be, or in the description of the video will be the link to the website. And then there's a link to my email so that you can write me or make an appointment if you're more comfortable with that. I know when I first started with this maybe 7 years ago, I was like, oh no, I'm not that powerful. I can't do what her name was Elise was doing. She was working with humans. Oh no, I can't do that. And then after I hit my head, I thought, well, maybe I can do it. So if you feel more comfortable with me doing it, give me a call. I also do the end of life services too. So if you are putting down your animal, sometimes it's just so dramatic that you're not thinking of getting an animal communicator at that time, but I can come and make sure that animal spirit completely leaves the body and is in peace, and then also report to you what they're saying and what they're thinking. Anyway, most of the time they're pretty grateful and happy because they don't have the painful body anymore. They don't feel like they've been killed when they've been euthanized. They feel like you've released them from their painful body, because that's actually what occurs. They get released. Now, another thing is these vets, and Holly can tell you more about this if she cares to. There are veterinarians that will come to your house to euthanize your animal. If you have other animals, this is valuable because the other animal can sense the spirit leaving and can sniff the tissue. It's actually a bag of tissue is what it becomes after the spirit leaves it. It's just tissue. Okay. It's just like a fur coat and fluids at that point. And the other animals will come and sniff it, and they don't. And the pet may be confused because the pet assumed they were coming back, etc. So I'm going to open it up to comments now. Patrick is unmuted. Candace, She can press unmute, I know, and if Holly wants to press unmute, she can. Nobody has to talk, you know that, but if they want to, they can.
And that's cool that there can be a memorial for the pet when they go and have you present, have you there. It's awesome.
And this is it, like, those are the words. So you
Yeah.
don't necessarily even need me. These are the words. That's all it is. Yeah.
So what does that say?
Exit stage left,
left.
and it's an access consciousness energy or say process that has been harnessed by access consciousness. Exit stage left. Yeah.
And then say your name, Julie.
Yeah, and everything Julie would say, because there's 32 pages after these three words.
Everything Julie would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're driving past and there's, you know, roadkill, which in Canada, in Wisconsin, there's definitely roadkill. Yeah.
So you can't just say exit stage left. What if you forget the rest? What if you get to say and everything Julie says?
I don't know. See if it works.
I was wondering. So
I don't know. Yeah. Like
Go
I
ahead.
said, it wasn't even the way it was taught to me was to be used with humans that were still in their body and still alive, but they
Yeah.
were, you know, you wanted them to get better. You wanted them to move on or get better.
okay.
But then
Yeah.
with the animals, we use it when an animal is already dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Such a cute doggy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I can't. Haven't
Love
seen in a
him.
while.
Love them. Hi. Nice to see everyone.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's Farley. He's the blonde, and CJ's the strawberry blonde.
This is CJ and that one's Farley
That's right, Candace. Yeah.
with the pink collar.
Yep. And here's
pink.
Farley. Here's a better shot of Farley there.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
got a blue collar for being a boy. Okay.
Yeah.
And you'll have to let us know, Patrick, if you try Ashley's Pampered Pets for a groomer.
Yes. I actually am gonna go with one here in West Bend since it's closer.
Yeah.
So he's getting groomed next week, Wednesday, or I think.
Oh, so next week, Thursday, we'll see a new haircut on him if all goes as scheduled.
Yes.
Farley will be sporting a new hairdo.
Yeah, I think it's Wednesday. I gotta look it up. So it might
Yeah.
might be actually Thursday while we're on your show because the appointment's at 6, and it usually takes 3 hours.
So he's gonna be in the appointment. They could be on the show if they wanted. Be like, hey, do you want to be on the animal show? This is Farley in the middle of his haircut.
Patrick, where do you live?
West Bend, Wisconsin.
Okay. That's in the States.
Yeah.
Yep, that's in the States. It's right under, no, is it underneath Ontario? Yeah,
It's more, yeah, I guess maybe, yeah, more in the middle of where Canada would be.
Because
guess.
Alberta, Montana's underneath Alberta. I think, yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
that-
you're right. I think Ontario is probably right.
And Vancouver's over on the west side of, it's on the Pacific Ocean. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So, okay, let me see what Farley's saying. Farley's saying, oh, you got treats? Okay.
There's
Oh.
actually 2 treats in my pocket.
And Ozzy wants to come in. Ozzy dropped her body this week. And she wants to come in and she says, tell my mama I love her. And I'm still here. I just can't eat the food anymore. I'd still like a treat, but I just can't eat the food anymore. So put out a treat for me. Okay. All right. It's like Santa Claus.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, and CJ,
What color was Ozzy?
Ozzy was calico, and she was like 5 pounds. She was a petite little gal. She was 16 when she, yeah.
This is Ozzy.
Yeah. Oh, so cute. She's sweet.
You're right, Candace. She was very sweet. She
Yeah.
was
This is really
very
sweet.
sweet. She didn't beat up anybody else. She would rarely beat up anyone else in her 16 years.
Yeah.
We do know some cats that like beating up other cats. I mean, they enjoy it. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, look at those babies. So CJ, what's going on with you? I don't know. What are we doing today? It's pretty hot out here. I know. You're sitting outside? Yeah, we're getting some fresh air. We're on the patio. How are
Is
you
it
doing?
sunny?
I'm doing pretty good. What'd you say, Candace?
Is it sunny?
Is it sunny out, CJ? Well, it's kind of
No.
wet. It's been kind of wet. CJ said it's been kind of wet. Yeah,
Yeah, it's real overcast right now.
yeah.
Cool.
So, but the temperature's nice to be outside, especially with CJ's hair.
Yeah.
And she just said, I like catching fish. CJ said, I like catching fish. Okay. All right. You like catching fish. Yeah, in the summertime, I like to catch fish. All right. Okay. So I'm going to stop the recording.
Okay.
Okay. All right, everybody. Bye. Stopping
Bye.
recording.